the best. Good morning, and welcome to all those who are watching in the future because I want to welcome you too. Welcome to the replay. It's a rainy day outside. Jackson and I went for a walk this morning, but there's not a whole lot else we can do out there today. So I thought it would be a great day to sort through all of my ephemera. I have not junk journaled since probably Christmas time, and I have saved so much trash. We call it the trash stash. So I'm going to slowly sort through that, get out what I want to keep, and put back or throw away what I don't want to keep. We will wait a few minutes for some people to come in. I need to get back to journaling. Oh, we have a person. We have the first person here. Whoever you are, you're the winner. Winner, winner. It has been a long time since I went live, and an even longer time since I did junk journaling. I have got to sort through this mess so I can get back into it. If you feel like it, say hi. Tell me where you're from. If not, just you're welcome just to come hang out. Spend some time together. I'm going to slowly but surely sort through all of this ephemera that I have. Hey, the larders, how are you? Hello, hello. How exciting that you're in my live stream. I doing fine. I'm glad to know that. I am, well, was for many months a very avid junk journaler, where I save random pieces of junk and create them, give them a new life and just create journal pages with them. This was around Halloween. This was from a Wendy's uh, kids meal. These are some little pockets I made. I like to just save trash and just repurpose it, things that most people would usually throw away. Hello, hello. This is another junk journal I have. I have not journaled in a very long time, but I want to get back into it. But I have continued to save the trash. I have drawers of trash here. My son calls it my trash stash. So I want to sort through it. It's kind of just become overwhelming to me because there's too much stuff. So I want to just cut off little pieces, figure out why I saved it, cut off the part that I saved it for, and get ready. I had this cute little shelf that I was putting all fall and Halloween things on, and that's about the time that I stopped journaling. I have so much Christmas stuff in here to journal. I just need to sort through it. I need to get myself organized again. So anything that I want to keep big, I'm just going to push over here. This is a beautiful bag that my mom put my birthday gift in all the way back at the beginning of March. And I thought it was gorgeous. I like to keep, in my journals, I like to keep things that have, little parts that stick out. I don't have my other journal over here. I like the little things that stick out. I have one that has some bag handles sticking out. So I want to cut a whole piece of this off. And hi, Ashley. I want to cut a whole piece of this off. I want to keep the dragonfly and the flowers, and I will just use this as a background on one of my journal spreads. So I just thought we'd hang out together. Feel free to share anything you want. Let us all know where you're from. Where are you joining from? What are your hobbies? Do you like journaling? This might be able just to pull apart. We are having a very rare rainy day and loving it. Jackson and I took a walk in the rain this morning. We would have went farther, but it started lightning, and I didn't want to be out. I mean, it started thundering, And I didn't want to be out there if the lightning started, especially with us holding umbrellas up in the air. I feel like that would just be an invitation to the lightning. All right, I'm going to save this just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side and save it. Where is everybody joining from? And welcome. All right, there's the other piece. I'll put these to the side and save those. Get rid of this trash and move on to the next piece. Some of these, I really don't know why I saved them, but I'm just going to take like a little stamp size um, section of them and keep that. I think in this little teeny tiny journal that I made, Robin Stander, I have a few mods that I know actually in real life. Um, if you hang around and you're here for a while, I might consider that, but I'm not going to add a mod that I don't really know. I created this little journal out of a scrap of leather and made these little bitty mini pages for it. So some of these scraps, I'm just going to make a little stamp sized piece of the scrap and just put them in here. I thought that would be cute. Some of this, I saved it for a reason. I'm assuming I liked the Christmas decor on it. So let's just take a little stamp size section of it. Where are you joining from? Is it Robin? Reuben? It kind of looks like Reuben, but with a V. So my mom wants to say Reuben. Is that correct? Another reason I like to save envelopes is because you can use this as a frame and you can add a picture behind it. It looks pretty cute. So maybe that's what I was saving this for. Who knows what my mind was thinking all the way back last December. I think I'm just going to cut it like that. I think I'll save it like this for my journal. I can add something else behind it and then I can layer things over it also. So we'll put that in the keep pile. And what shall I do with this? Should I keep a flower? Should I just take a stamp of the flower? I haven't used this stamp very much. It's not going to get a very good picture of it. Welcome, everybody. Is anybody else getting some rain today? Or some cooler weather? It's been extremely hot here. It's such a blessing to have some cool days. All right, I'll put that in the keep pile. Next, I saved some trash from a candle that I bought. A lot of this is back from Christmas. The cardboard is a little bit harder to journal with because it's so thick. I'm just going to cut around this and save this part. That's probably what I was saving the whole thing for. I need to get better at cutting out the pieces that I want before I just stick the whole thing in here. Just cut off the little bit that I think is cute instead of saving the whole drawer full of trash. Does anybody else like to junk journal? Let's see. Let's get a bit of this peppermint in here. Wow. We'll save that little piece of candy cane. Hey, Danielle. How are you? Danielle's been on an amazing trip for several weeks now. I hope you're getting some rest, Danielle. We are not doing anything fancy here today. We are just cleaning out my junk stash. I'm taking little stamp size pieces of things that I've kept because obviously I thought they were cute enough to journal with. I got to catch myself up and organize myself. So I'm just going to use one or two of these on each of these little journal pages. That way I can get rid of a bunch of the trash that's taking up all of my drawers. How is your trip going? That's a little reindeer and a snowman. Danielle says she has 5 weeks left and resting today, not feeling 100%. Oh, I hope you're not getting sick, Danielle. Do you think you're just overtired? You've been going and going and going. I'm assuming I saved this for those, so I'm going to cut those off. Are you still with the group or are you by yourself now? This would be faster if I used this, wouldn't it? Hi, Miss M. How are you today? Are you having a good weekend? Looks like you had a bit of a rough week. I hope you're feeling much better. Danielle says she's been sick for 6 days, thought it was just allergies, but it's gotten worse, and you're on your own now. Well, I'm sorry. I hope you get well soon. And maybe it's a blessing that you're on your own now, so you can take as many days as you need to recoup, to get well. Every single time Jackson and I travel, we get sick. Every time, whether it's on the trip or right as we get home. And I think it's just our body being too overtired. It brings your immune system down. Miss M is having a good weekend. She's just exhausted. Well, hopefully you can catch up on some sleep, Miss M. It's hard to be tired day after day. I know how that goes. Chronic exhaustion is hard. All right, there's that. I'm getting rid of a lot of trash, but I have a whole lot more. Look at this. I have a whole cereal box in my drawer. Danielle is asthmatic, so that doesn't help. Oh, yeah, that's true, Danielle. Can you believe I stashed a whole cereal box in here? Why didn't I just take some pieces off of it? All right, let's break this down and save some. Look at all the squishmallows. They're so cute. Even these guys. Miss M says she hopes she can get some sleep, but her mind is in overdrive. I can understand that. It's hard to make your brain quiet down sometimes. I used to be a great sleeper until I hit menopause, and now I barely sleep. I don't go to bed till 11:30 or 12 at night, and I'm usually wide awake by 5 o'clock in the morning. I would have never been able to live on that much sleep when I was younger. I was always the kid that even in high school, I went to bed at 8 o'clock. I've always been a big sleeper. Danielle, can you stay where you're at as long as you need to recover? Or are your plans already like so scheduled out that you can't stay there? Basically, are you still having to travel and stay in a different hotel or I cannot cut a straight line. I cut like a kindergartner with scissors. That's why I like this thing. I don't think this will fit in it yet though. Gotta chop it down a little more first. I sure do miss Nanette. I need to message her later. She was feeling better and she finally had her surgery, but I haven't heard back from her. All right, maybe it'll fit in here now. I can chop it up a little neater. Miss M, how is the weather where you are? Is anybody else a fan of Squishmallows? Oops, chopped his arm off. That's okay. The tip of his wing, I guess. That'll be cute, won't it? I think his name is Cam. Danielle, your plans are already set in place. You're about to do a 5 hour, 40-minute bus trip back to London, then on to Europe in 24 hours. So hopefully you can sleep for the fifth bus trip and the next, which is 13 hours. Oh, the 5 hour bus trip. Yeah, hopefully. Maybe the sound and the lull of the bus will rock you to sleep. I don't know what else I want to save off of this. Maybe that squishmallow. Danielle, are you homesick yet? Are you still enjoying yourself enough that you're happy you're there, or are you wishing you were home? I think I'm going to save this word squishmallow. I need to figure out how to separate the top paper off of the bottom cardboard. I know there's a way somehow. It would be easier to journal with cardboard if you could separate it. There we go. Save that piece. Danielle has earplugs and a sleep eye mask. That should help. I'll be praying for you, Danielle. All right, another piece of trash down. What else do we have in here? have a whole bunch of magazines. A whole bunch of magazines in here. Jackson gets these free in the mail. And once he's done with them, I usually chop them up. Not homesick yet, but you miss your fur babies. Oh, I bet. Those are your babies. I don't know if I had plans with this or if I just threw it in there in case it had something cute in it. Has some cartoons and stuff. In one of my journals, I had started doing some color pages, like one of all orange, one with purple. I think I did blue. So I had saved some of these just for the colors, but I don't even know what is what anymore. I love these little pot Legos. I look at these every time we look at Legos at the store. So I'm going to cut these out and save them. Oh, I forgot a whole other side of the box. What in the world? Let's just do a couple of little stamps. Welcome to all the new people here. We're just hanging out, spending time together. You're welcome to chat or you're welcome to just chill in the background. Work on your hobbies while I work on my hobbies. Or clean your space while I clean my space. Okay, I'll just save those like that. I don't know why I saved these. I think I'm just going to throw those away. Oh, I was working on these. I am scatterbrained today. Lego Botanicals. I got my first Lego Botanical for Christmas. I really like them. I'm not a huge Lego person, but you know me, I'm a huge plant person and flower person. If anyone else here has a child, you can subscribe for this Lego magazine for free. I think one comes every 3 months, every other month, or every 3 months. It's just called Lego Magazine. You can go online and sign your child up for it, and they come free in the mail. There's always a lot of little cartoons and activities and stuff in them. All right, there's that. What else here? There's the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. That might be fun to use as a whole background on a spread. We'll save that page. Who is this? I'm not very versed in princesses. Anybody know who this is? Oh, does she go with the Wicked Witch? Oh, yeah, it says it's from Wicked. I've never actually watched Wicked. My granddaughter Ava loves Wicked. Maybe the witch and her both go to that. You think the tiredness doesn't help with the sickness. That's probably accurate. All right, one last piece of trash. What else do we have in here? We have some trash off of a Peanuts cat scratcher that Jackson bought Pixie for Christmas. I guess I'll save Charlie Brown and Snoopy off of this. It's a little bit sticky. Isn't he cute? I probably saved this to use just like this. But I have so much stuff here. Let's just do a stamp of it. I'll have to cut it so I can get close to the edge of one of them. Hmm. So I'm going to get too many of them in there. I need to come at them from the bottom. Miss M says she is struggling spiritually. I'm sorry, Miss M. That is a hard thing probably to admit and to deal with. I'll be praying for you for sure. Life is just hard sometimes, isn't it? I feel like just when you think you're up and you're over a slump, then here comes something else. I'm assuming I saved this just for this strip across here. So I'm just going to cut that part down like this. You're welcome for the prayers. It is hard to admit that sometimes. This is my opinion, and my opinion is just my opinion. It's nothing set in stone. But I feel like when we struggle with our faith, I feel like we have to struggle with our faith sometimes. Because if you just, if it comes easy and you just come by it naturally and you take it for granted, then you probably don't really maybe appreciate it or understand it the same. Just like learning about other religions. I feel like if you don't learn about other religions, how can you choose the religion that you feel like suits your life? Does that make sense to anybody? So I don't think it's horrible to struggle with your faith. I think it can actually grow your faith stronger. The one thing I will say is don't just sit back and be idle. You know, if you're struggling with your faith, deep dive into it. Spend a little more time in prayer and a little more time in the Bible and see what happens. Yeah, it does make sense, you know? I've been to so many different churches in my life, many different religions, and I've studied. I've looked through the Quran some. I've looked through the books that the what is it like the Jewish people read. I love to read about religion of all kinds. I love to learn about it. But by knowing about other people's religions, I can choose my religion. You have to know your options to really choose what's right for you. Ooh, that is still hot. I want to slurp that coffee down. I have a whole magazine thrown in here. What I like to do with these magazines is either save something like this. You guys know me. I love rainbow color, aesthetic colors. Or I like to find like a pattern like this and cut a piece out of it to use somewhere. So let's do some chopping up on this thing. I probably have 2 or 3 of these things. Has anybody here ever ordered something from Women Within? If you ever order anything from them, they'll send you a magazine like I get at least one a week, minimum. And it's been a long time since I ordered anything. I feel bad because I feel like they waste too many trees, especially when most of the magazines have the same stuff in them. All right, I will save a piece of the greenery. I should have put all these little stamp shapes in a different pile, shouldn't I? I'm trying to get organized here. Why am I not doing better? What else? Let's find a cute pattern. The thing that I love most about junk journaling is layering things up. I probably could ask them to stop sending it. I will, Danielle. I should do that because I get a lot of their magazines. Now, my mom and I have both ordered several things from them for many years. I started ordering from Women Within years ago. And I actually still would. A lot of my shirts, okay, you guys see me wear the same shirts over and over with the V-neck or the ruffly right here, and they're kind of A-shaped. I have the same shirt in probably 20 different patterns. They're all from Women Within. I do order, and my mom does order, and we have for years. But we don't need a magazine to come in the mail more than maybe twice a year. And for that matter, if I wanted to order another shirt or something from them, I could just go browse the website. All right, that one's pretty. Her shirt is almost like a paint splatter. Let's see, what else? What else? When I junk journal, I like to layer, layer, layer. I start with a base layer on the page, and then I add some design to that, and then I add some stuff over the top of that, stuff around the border. Your mom has unsubscribed to magazines that she has only ordered one thing out of. That is a good idea. I should probably look into that. Here's what I mean about layering. I started this with a paper that I found on the street. It was somebody's homework. And then on top of that, I added some stickers. And then on top of that, I cut out some sunflowers. And then on top of that, I added a border and added another sticker. I like the layered look. It gives it texture and depth. Here's one. I told you guys I had one with a bag handle on it. I That's why I wanted to save this one. I like the handle to actually stick out of the journal. I think it looks cute. This one has so many layers. It has a heart. I cut the heart out and I used the heart on something else. But then I saved the outline of the heart to use on here. But I started this with magazine and it has probably 5 or 6 different layers of different just little random pieces of stuff. Aw, Thor's 8th birthday. He's such a good doggy. He's been out playing in the rain with Jackson, so I put him for a nap while I go live. Yes, Danielle, this is something nice I do for myself. But it had become overwhelming. It had become like a demand. I haven't journaled since Halloween or Christmas. That's why I have all this stuff in here because I let my trash stash get so full that it took the fun out of it. I didn't know where to begin. I didn't know how to start. I have to have a clear space and a clear mind to do something, which is why I decided just to sit down and sort through all of this and make it into usable sizes and usable pieces. Oh, look at this. It's double-sided. We got leopard print or plaid. The 1,000-piece puzzle. Well, my videos are about a week and a half behind now. So we are done with that 1,000-piece puzzle, and I think we've worked even another one. We are puzzling it up over here. I love that my mom is out for the summer. She's done with work. So she has come over several times to puzzle with me, and I've worked several puzzles by myself too. I actually bought a cool puzzle at Goodwill today. It has the gold in the pieces. Let me go get it and I'll show it to you. My mom brought one over that she bought at Goodwill a long time ago, like that, and I found another one for us. I'll be right back. I actually brought my puzzle chair in here to sit in. It's more comfortable than my table chairs. Once my room gets painted, I will finish my diamond painting. Oh, Miss M, what color is your room going to be? This is the puzzle that my mom brought over that she bought at Goodwill. You can see she wrote her name on it because she did not want me to keep it or put it back in the puzzle box. She wants to make sure she gets it back. But some of the pieces have gold foil on them. Can you see how shiny these are? I've never seen a puzzle like this before. I didn't even know they existed. She said when she worked it, it was beautiful. There's I don't you can't see it good on camera, but they're very, very shiny. Take my word for it. Well, when Jackson and I were at Goodwill earlier, I found another one that has the foil pieces in it. This one has a cat and some kittens with some magic potions. So I'll work this and I'll work my mom's and then she can take them both home. Maybe like a brown because your room theme is horses. Wow, that sounds really cool. Um, Being from Texas, horses are always real popular. When my daughter was growing up, she loved horses. Horses and Indians were like her two things. She had a horse comforter. She had horse figurines in her room. So I think a nice brown sounds really, really good, Em. Danielle, did you bring any puzzles to work on your trip or are you not going to be in one place long enough? I guess you're too busy being up and at 'em, aren't you? I imagine you are tired because I think you live a lifestyle about like mine. You get up and do your activities every day, but then you need a lot of downtime and quiet time, puzzling and reading and just chilling by yourself. And you've been not only go, 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 go on your trip, but you've been having to be social that whole time also because you've been with a lot of other people there with you. Okay, I'm spending too much time on this magazine. It's done. We got something out of it. What else? Camo? Why did I save this? I am not a camo person. This is from Bass Pro Shops. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love to browse the Bass Pro, but I can't imagine there's anything in here that I just really, really need to save. Miss M needs a lot of downtime. It's just that's how we power through the things that we have to do, right? Is knowing that pretty soon we can go back and recoup. Oh, maybe I saved it because of the kids with Santa. That's cute. Let's take one of these out. Let's see. Let's do this one. It's the cutest, I think. Not in one place long enough and can't fit it in your suitcase. That's kind of what I figured. Did you leave room in your suitcase to take home plenty of souvenirs? Are you a souvenir person? I always wonder about that. I know people that buy souvenirs everywhere. Well, Jackson likes to. He likes to buy a stuffy and usually a magnet or something everywhere we go. Always a stuffy. I'm not a huge souvenir person. I'll buy something if I'm actually going to use it somewhere in my house, and if I'm not, then I really would rather just not have it here. Miss M, do you journal? In any way, do you junk journal or do regular journaling? It is really a good way to calm your mind and to get, your thoughts out and flowing. Oh, I ripped it. These magazine pages are a little bit too thin for this if you're on the edge. It's okay though because I can journal something over it. I can glue something over it. That'll be the piece I keep from Cabela. Or did you know Bass Pro and Cabela are the same store now? I guess they used to be two different stores, I think. There's some birthday paper. I don't know why I kept so much of it. I will keep that piece. I think I know why I kept this. I think I was at the very end of the roll and I just shoved it in here. Let's just cut it down some. It would be cute for that base layer, but I don't need this much of it. You do journal, you have a journal on your laptop and a book journal. Great, that's good. Danielle has a 2-pound box of magnets from each of the places you've been. That is really cool. I like magnets because you can hang them on the refrigerator or the washer or filing cabinet, something, and they're not really in the way or taking up too much space. When my daughter was younger, my, first husband, which is my daughter's father was my first husband. Um, he was in the Navy, so he traveled a lot, and we traveled a lot. I collected little spoons for her. You know, those used to be so popular. She had a rack, like a wooden rack, and it held those little bitty spoons that had the state at the top. She got a whole collection of those. My brother was also in the Navy, one of them, and one of my brothers was in the Army, and they both had sent her some spoons. I don't know whatever happened to that. My only guess is that when I was moving all of my belongings from North Carolina back down to Texas, the trailer that we had everything loaded on caught on fire, and we lost pretty much everything that we had. Not very many things survived. So I'm guessing that they were probably lost in that. Ooh, I forgot about this. I did an ephemera swap one time with a lady from Florida. I sent her a bunch of Texas stuff and she sent me a bunch of Florida stuff. She sent me some washi tape. There's 3 different kinds, and I like the way she rolled some up on a playing card because you know it's slick, so it'll come right off. I need to put those in with the tape. She sent me a postcard from Tampa. She sent me a playing card from Florida. How cute is that? I'm gonna make a whole Florida page. I also still have the box of ephemera that Moss sent me from Japan over here. I need to do a Japan page. Maybe those will be the next 2 pages that I do. She sent me some stickers. She sent me some different kind of stickers like this. A little card that says share. Did you know that an ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain? Did you know that? I sure didn't know that. Some little pieces of scrap paper, an I love Florida sticker, another Florida postcard, and some really cute just papers to do stuff with. She also sent me a page from a book that talks about Florida, has the Florida keys on it. You know what? When we take our trip to Florida, I want to save stuff from our trip and make a Florida page in my travel journal. Maybe I'll save all of this and add it to the Florida travel journal page. Even though it's not stuff we got on our trip, it'll save me from buying postcards and things from Florida. So I'll keep those together. Did I miss anything? Danielle decided to try junk journal, so you've kept all your attraction tickets, some receipts, maps of places you've been, bunch of leaflets. That's gonna be so, so fun. I made that journal spread. I think I made 2 or 3 pages from when we went to Florida. Not Florida, Boston. And they are really, really, I love to look at it. Would you like to see it? Did you ever see it? Our Boston pages? I can show you. I saved all of our tickets and stuff. And then I just wanted to kick myself because when we went to San Antonio and did all that cool stuff, I did not save a single thing. Never thought about it because I hadn't junk journaled in so long. And just the other day, I was like, I was deciding in my mind if I want to put my Japan stuff in my travel journal, even though I didn't travel there. It's kind of like Moss sent Japan to me. So I was debating on that and I was like, well, I've only done Boston in the travel journal so far. And then I was like, well, why didn't I do San Antonio? Carly, we are going to Tampa. My mind just went blank. We're going to somewhere that's not the place we would choose to go, but it's where Jackson's neurologist moved to. So we will go see her in the fall. You want to see it? Okay, let me go get it. And hi, Carly, by the way. Oh, wait, I think I missed something. Miss M says, if I go to a new vacation spot, I get a shirt with the new vacation spot's name. If it's been somewhere you've been to, you don't get something. A shirt is a great idea, Miss M. Just what I said, something you'll actually use. Carly says it's not a vacation, but will you still sightsee? We will definitely go to the beach. And if Jackson wants to go anywhere else, we will. He wants to go to the Everglades. He wants to see alligators. You know him. We will do a little bit of sightseeing. He has no desire to go to Disney or Legoland or anything like that. So we won't do any big crowded attraction, but we'll sightsee in our own way. Let me get that journal for you. I have a ridiculous amount of journals. It is ridiculous, but I like every one of them, and I know what's in every one of them, even though I haven't looked at them in a long time. I turned this book into our travel journal. It has a school bus on it. I thought it was perfect, you know? One of the ladies that I watch, do you guys watch Coffee and Praise? One of the ladies that I watch there, they just bought her and her husband just bought a bus and they're gonna fix it up to travel around. I think they're gonna live in it. I think that's really cool. Okay, so this is the book I made. I didn't even take the pages out of this book. This book was kind of personalized. Somebody had created this book for a school here in town, I guess. This belonged to Christian Rodriguez at some time. I just left the pages in it and journaled right over them. The first page, I did a map of Boston. Let me turn you so the light is facing the book for a minute. Sorry, because then you're going to have the ceiling fan in your face. I did a map and then I just did a bunch of stickers about traveling. A couple of stickers that we had gotten in different places along the way. So that's my first page. Revolutionize your curriculum was actually from a pamphlet that I got there. And then the next page, this was our traveling. You want to talk about layers. This has whole bags on it. This is a whole bag that came from the airplane, and you can still open the bag. I think I put something in it. It was a bag that, what I guess they're puke bags or, oh, it's a trash bag. It says waste. This is us on the airplane. This is the Biscoff wrapper. My mom thinks I'm crazy, but I love these Biscoff cookies. They were so good. We found this actually at the airport. It has the wrapper from the chocolate that we ate when we were on the airplane. We found this cat keychain in the Dallas airport. This came from my backpack that I bought to travel with. Here is Jackson on the bus that we had to take to get the rental car. Big sticker from Boston. Most of this, as you can see, was trash. This Statue of Liberty right here that's under the bag came from another snack from the airplane. And then I also have our plane tickets in here, our little ticket stubs. Most of our planes, we didn't get one of these, but when we were delayed so much on the way home, we had to go recheck and get a different flight. So we got actual ticket stubs. So I saved those. And then underneath all of this, my base layer was a piece of paper that said road trip and it had little maps and like little stamp looking things all over it. So that was my base layer that you can see back here. So you see how much trash you can save and make it into something fun. The next page is SeaWorld. This is the day we went to SeaWorld. This is the map we got there. I took several pictures and I just laminated these pictures. Jackson found this at the Boston market, so I hung this in here. There's also a brown paper bag under here that came when we bought some souvenirs and things. These are our tickets to the actual aquarium. I put, lots of things underneath. So this was the day we went to the aquarium, and we also walked around the Boston market and the what do you call the Boston Gardens? Whatever you call those, the gardens there. Then the next page was the day we went. Take a guess. We went to the Boston Tea Party. There we are on the ship, throwing over the tea. This came from the little telescope Jackson bought. These little things right here, there's three of them. They tell about different people, and when you're on the Boston Tea Party tour ship, you get a card and you are that person on the ship. So, That's from that. This big circle in the center is from a plastic bag that we bought our souvenirs in at the Boston Tea Party. I have lots of pictures in here. I have pictures of us on the Riverwalk, or not the Riverwalk, on the pier, I guess. Our tickets, lots of postcards that I bought at the Boston Tea Party. And then, the chocolate bar. Do you remember the chocolate bars I bought? They were so delicious, but I bought them just because I wanted the wrappers mainly. Lots and lots of pictures. I just printed those on my printer and, laminated them. And actually, you can see I don't wanna take too much apart. Do you see this cream color and the red right here? That is our napkin from when we had tea. So, like, it feels like cloth, but it's like a disposable paper napkin from the tea party. I'm gonna turn you guys even a little bit more so you can see this instead of me. This page was Sturbridge Village. Oh, wait, why am I still holding on to this? Get back down there. My absolute favorite place we went, Sturbridge Village. This is a newsletter we got from there. Underneath here is a pamphlet that we got. Well, I think it's the whole newsletter. I think I glued it this way. There's our tickets to that I printed out. These came off of a bag. Jackson bought a hoodie while we were there because he was so cold. These came off of our bag. More pictures that I took, just some stickers from Dollar Tree or something. That was my favorite place that we went. Watching the guy work with the iron in his iron shop. This was the guy in the wood making shop. These ladies were baking, showing how to bake bread. These ladies were getting vegetables from the garden. And then this page was the day we went to Concord and Worcester and where all we went. Oh, Lexington. This is the day we went all of those places. I bought several, not bought, I collected several different pieces of magazines. People have free pamphlets and magazines everywhere. So I took several pictures from that and I took a piece of a map out of our atlas that we have. This came off of something that we bought there. More pictures and our receipt from when we bought whatever we bought there. Who knows what? I made more pages than I remembered making. This is another day. This is the day we went to Concord. This is from that restaurant that we went to that had the delicious seafood. It was so good. We ate there 2 different times. There's actually a wet towelette in here. I don't know if there still is or not. This is off of another piece of paper. I bought a couple of postcards there. This was wrapped around the silverware when Jackie and Jackson ate the lobster. This was wrapped around their napkin. And then I even saved the little lobster fork. And that's the last page I have in here. There are still several more pages for me to do travels in. I don't know why I paper clipped all of these down there. There. That's how the book used to look. It was just teddy bear pages. So, it's so much fun to save trash and journal with it. I came back with a backpack full of trash. Danielle said, "This is amazing. When I went on a big trip for 4 weeks to Australia in 2025, I got a sketchbook and printed out photos and made pages of each place you went." That's awesome. I can't draw to save my life. I can barely draw a stick figure. That is really cool. That's another cool way to journal. Think my coffee's cool enough to drink now? It's still hot. That's okay though. Yeah, I even though I didn't save any of the ephemera or the trash from San Antonio, I think I'm still gonna print some pictures and, cut them and laminate them like those and still make a page of San Antonio with whatever I can find. I could print stuff out online from places that we went, but I have pictures. We went to the zoo when we rode the ferry or the what do you call it? The gondola on the Riverwalk and all of that, so I still need to make that page, and I'll be sure and save stuff from Florida. Back to sorting, we went to a gym show at the Civic Center last December, and I saved these. I think I'm going to just cut out a piece of the rock. I don't care about the writing or any of that. What's your favorite thing that you've saved so far, Danielle? Miss M, where's your favorite place you've ever been on vacation? Same for anybody else here. Where's your favorite place that you've ever been on vacation? My favorite vacations have honestly been when we just go stay in a cabin somewhere. We found the best cabin ever in what is the name of that town? I can't think of it now. We've stayed in Red River, we've stayed in Angel Fire. What the heck was the name of that town? I can't remember. We found the best cabin ever and wanted to go back, and they had a big fire that same year and it burned down. Danielle thinks she might do a junk and photo mix page journal for this holiday. That'll be so, so cool. Save these. This one has a bunch of different rocks. You see that? That puzzle with the gemstones that Jackson and I worked was probably my favorite puzzle we've worked in a long time. Albuquerque Fall Gem, Mineral, and Jewelry Show. Well, we went right here in Amarillo, but I guess these people were from Albuquerque. Hey, Beckett Shoe! I've missed you. Seattle, Washington. Your uncle took you to a glass museum and watched them make glass stuff. Favorite vacation ever. You were 11. That is amazing. And I can tell that it made a huge impact on you because you were 11 and you still remember it. I don't remember very much of my younger life at all. That is awesome. Jackson and I have a book in the homeschool room of all different blown glass. The pages are gorgeous. The colors are so bright and beautiful. How are you, Becca? And when is your baby due? I think I asked you that once and I don't remember the answer. There's a page of stickers. I've gotten all this stuff out of one drawer and it's still half full. And I still have other drawers besides this one. Isn't that ridiculous? Yes, I have McDonald's trash because guess what? I also have a McDonald's journal, a whole journal dedicated to McDonald's. Sam's Club. What was I saving this thing for? See if I can scoot you back a little bit again. I don't know why I saved that. I don't think I need anything from there. Thanksgiving for All. I know I saved this for to make a frame with these, a double frame. These are so pretty if you put like a combination of flowers and stickers in them. It doesn't even have to be real flowers. I have lots of different flowers like this. So these are beautiful if you open them up and you stick flowers and stuff down in there, and then it looks like a frame for them through there. You can rip up old pages of newspaper or of a book and kind of lay it in there with the flowers. So I save a lot of envelopes, especially ones that have, like this one has a double, or I save one if it has a really wide frame, just because they're different than the norm. Back at you, been crazy busy cleaning the house, work, and trying to get school stuff set up. Baby is due July 24th, and school starts August 14th. Are you still going to homeschool, or are you going to send your other kids to public school? That's exciting. Do you know if you're having a boy or a girl? You already have a mixture of boys and girls, right? Was I saving this? I don't need this, right? You're right. I don't need that. What else? Another Woman Within magazine. I'm just gonna chunk that one. Yeah, here's some more envelopes I saved for the frames. See this extra wide one? I'm just gonna cut it here. I'm just trying to make it kind of even on the white part. That'll be cute. I'm actually getting a little bit excited to junk journal again. I needed this. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me, guys. I really did need this. I haven't been live in a long time. I don't know why. I get nervous before I go live. Like, what if I don't have anything to talk about? You guys have no idea how awkward I am in real person, in real life. I'm a very awkward person, and I just don't talk a lot. I'm a very, very quiet and introverted person. So to go live, you have to be able to think of stuff to say. Sometimes I even get nervous before I make a video. I'm like, what if I'm cooking and I don't have anything to talk about? Or, it's hard to come up with stuff when you're not a natural chit chatter. Danielle's favorite thing she saved the leaflet from the stage show. Oh, I missed a comment about your favorite place. Okay, let me go back and look. Scottish Highlands. So serene and beautiful. That sounds beautiful. I don't I'm not a worldly person or knowledgeable on that stuff. When I think of Scottish, I think of those or Highlands, I think of those Highland cows. I don't know why. Jackson and I just looked through a book from Scotland. The castles and things were beautiful. I have really enjoyed your pictures too, Danielle. And the stage show, the live play of Matilda you went to, I would have loved to see that. Did you take more pictures or just the ones you showed? I know it's hard to take pictures and video in places like that. Uh, Keisha and I watched the old Matilda show repeatedly when she was a child, and so Jackson and I had watched it several times, and then the new one came out and we watched it. We definitely like the original better than the new one, though. Um, Becca Chu, still going to homeschool, don't know the gender still, we're hoping girl. 3 boys and 2 girls. That's right, you need a girl, you gotta tie it up. You gotta tie it up, you can't let the boys win. Although I have to say I have such a soft spot in my heart for my sons. I love all my kids and I love them all equally, but boys are mama's boys, and that's just all there is to it. Girls are much more independent and kind of their own person a lot earlier, a lot sooner. My boys are definitely mama's boys. My older son is still a mama's boy, but he's drifted because he's how do I say this? He's his wife's boy now. His wife is his go-to now, whereas I was always his go-to, but I'm still the second runner-up for sure. Danielle brought a mini Highland cow toy, got told off for having your phone. Oh, at the live production. Yeah, a lot of people don't want you to take videos or pictures. Becca Chu, sorry I haven't shared the curtains yet. I've been so crazy busy. It's okay, Becca Chu. It's okay. No problem. There is no pressure on my page. You know that. No pressure here whatsoever. You share them when you want to share them, and you don't share them till you're ready. Life is busy. I can't imagine 5 kids. My daughter finally gets the boys back this month. June or July? This month, I think she finally gets the boys back, so she's gonna have a house full again too. I know how hectic that is. I know how hectic it is for me when it's just for a week at a time. I can't imagine all day, every day. And I commend you for homeschooling because it would definitely be easier just to send them all to school and have a little bit of a break, wouldn't it? Danielle says she'll send a pic of her Highland cow toy later. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Highland cows are so cute and they're really popular. They're really back in style again. This past year that just passed public school, Ava had a Highland cow backpack. It was really cute. And Jackson and I have been seeing them at Hobby Lobby and all kinds of things. I know why I saved this. I saved this specifically just for this border right here. So I'm just going, see, why do I put whole pages in here when I could just cut off the one thing that I want, and be done with it? I'm going to make this even easier on myself. I'm going to fold it in half and cut it off all at once. This is going to be my new motto. I'll cut them down more when I use them, but the white might come in handy too. Those will be cute to put around a frame or edge a page with or something. Still going, still going. What do you think I saved this for? Ooh, maybe the travel journal. Look at all these ways to travel. I like this picture too. So I'm just going to cut these into individual pieces, and then I can decide later which one I want to use. Home. I'm sorry, guys. This doesn't look like a home to me. I guess home is where your family is and home is where your heart is, but this looks like a house. This doesn't look like a home to me. Am I weird? That's okay if I am. I don't mind. Procrastination. That's right. Where I get in a hurry and I just throw it in there and say I'll do it later. I'm very much an out of sight, out of mind person. Miss M is going to go. She says, bye and have a great rest of your weekend. You too, Miss M. I hope you get to feeling better. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. It was fun. Here's another one that has two picture frames or two frames uniquely. So I'm going to try to save those, but I'm also going to try to save this just because it's cute. Becca, are you going to have a baby shower or um are you one of those people that has a baby shower for every baby? Because I think every baby should be celebrated. Or are you one of those that you've had enough kids that you don't really need anything else? Your oldest has been loving doing the junk journal stuff. That's awesome. It's a great thing to get into. Here, I thought I was just going to use this stamp thing and make a bunch of little stamp shapes, but I've been cutting off big stuff, haven't I? I already had lunch, but doesn't that look good? I love sandwiches of all kinds, but I especially love the smell of Subway when you walk in. That fresh baked bread. I need somebody to come over and teach me how to bake bread. I've tried looking at recipes online and I've tried watching YouTube, but it's just not the same. I need someone to actually come over and make it with me the first time. I don't really know why I'm saving these, but if it was in the trash stash, I guess I wanted it. I'll save one with the little Subway border. I've already journaled with one of these. I've already used one of these, and I think I sent one of these to Cat and Kiwi with their journal stuff. So I think I'll just throw those away. What else? A little bitty sticker from some, excuse me, from some Japanese cookies. I need to save this. Even though it came from here, I'll put it on my Japan page. Thank you for providing food for our neighbors. Sometimes I say things like this just for the words. I would love to do a baby shower, but we don't have a lot of support. Both sides of the family have distanced themselves because of our choices. And I have too many kids, so they won't. But you do one with just the kids. That's pretty cool. I can understand that. My daughter was kind of similar. She didn't do one with Tate. Well, actually, the church where she lives threw her one, but she didn't do a big one because a lot of people, I guess, feel like once you've had so many kids, you shouldn't need help. But you know what? Kids are a blessing. They just really are. And it doesn't matter how many you have as long as you take care of them. That's the way I see it. And they should all be celebrated. Are people not going to have them a birthday party just because there's too many of them? Are people not going to come visit them just because there's too many of them? I don't know. It's just weird to me. You could add the Subway food thing to the McDonald's page. I could, but I have a whole entire journal just for McDonald's. Do you want to see it? How many journals have I showed you? Hi, Moss. I was just saying that I need to do my journal page for my Japan stuff. I have a scrap of paper here. Joyce Meyer is another person that sends me stuff all the time, and I actually like reading through her stuff, but I saved this just because it has my name on it. I was just saying that I save a lot of things with writing just for the words. So I'm going to save my name right here, and I'm also going to save my name right here. How are you, Moss? I'm cleaning out my journal drawer, my trash stash, so I'm not so overwhelmed. I'll actually want to use it again. So I was saying that I need to do my Japan page with all of the cool stuff you sent me, the newspapers and the menus and things. That'll be so fun. Add to the McDonald's journal. I could. I definitely could. Which I do need to show you. Okay, I will. This says, my ability to deal with anxiety and fear began when I embraced a simple life changing truth. I think I just want to save my name off of it though, just so I can put my name on some pages. Okay, there's that. Look how cute this is. This was on a Christmas card that I got. Isn't he adorable? Hey, Elliot. I hope you're doing well too. I hope you're feeling better. We want to pray for you. Let's save that. I'm just going to save the part that says pray for you. It's so nice to see everyone in the chat. I don't even know how long we've been live. Oh my gosh, we've been live for an hour and a half. But I have all day long. It's rainy and yucky outside. You're getting there slowly. Elliot hasn't been feeling very good. He hurt his back. I'm glad you're feeling better, Elliot. I will be right back. I just grabbed all the rest of the journals that I saw in there. Might as well show them all to you instead of having to get up and run back and forth. I need my mullet cut down again. Look at that. This is to the length that I actually like it, but this needs trimmed a little bit. This McDonald's journal I completely made. Let me turn you back to the light so you can see it better. Konnichiwa. Let's see. Up and down days, can't walk much, have to use an electric wheelchair for now to go out. Elliot, I'm sorry. I would hate using an electric wheelchair. But I guess if you have to, you have to. Becca says it's also sad how many people judge us because our oldest recently diagnosed with autism, ADHD. People think you're going to use that as an excuse. Yeah, the community doesn't sound good. Did you move? I think you moved because your old community was very loving and accepting, I think. That would be very hard to move from a good community to one that doesn't understand. Yes, Danielle, this is Elliot from Cat and Kiwi's channel. Move to the oh yeah, Becca too. I hope you can move. I really do. Okay, this is my McDonald's journal that I made. I took a notebook from the Dollar Tree and completely deconstructed it. I took all of the pages out and I even took the binding off and I rebound my own journal. This I just thought was cute. This came from a necklace that I bought at a thrift shop one time, and I actually made 3 little dangles out of it and still have some of the beads. And then I put, food and fun and McDonald's down here. But I have some of these. I'm actually supposed to be making another one of these for my friend. Did you guys ever get one of these from McDonald's? It came in a metal tin, and the tin was full of ephemera. They made these specifically for junk journalers. They knew junk journaling was super popular. I think this was last summer, maybe. So this and this, the covers were cut from the box that that stuff came in. And then a lot of the stuff that I have inside was the ephemera, like this is the ephemera that actually came from that. This one is, Mayor McCheese. They each came with a little passport ID sticker thing, and this is all just stuff that came off of the pages. The pages I put in this journal, I made out of construction paper because I wanted them bright and colorful. I don't have a lot in here, but I have a lot here in my drawer to put in here. This was Grimace's Island, and this was his, postcard that came with it and his stickers. I ended up getting, I think, 3 of these. I think there was 6 altogether, but I only got 3 of them. And so there's Grimace's passport, and then I think there's a couple more in here. We have Fry Friends. This was the, ephemera that came in that one. And then the other things I have were just off of some Happy Meal boxes a long time ago. We had the Ninja Turtle, and then we had the, Hello Kitty. And I just cut those out. I like the way they stick up. I'm telling you guys, I like it when stuff, like, sticks out of the journal or hangs out of the edge. So, that is my McDonald's. I have a lot more stuff to put in here. It is really fun. Can never tag people on YouTube for some reason. I can't either, Elliot. I don't know why. Maybe because we're still lower. Maybe because we don't have, members or something yet. I don't know. I also have a Dick and Jane journal that I made. I put Dick and Jane's name right here. This was an earring from the thrift store. You can always find really nice jewelry at the thrift stores for like 99 cents or even sometimes 50 cents when they're on sale. I have a lot of pages still to put in here too, but I just tried to cut out little pieces from the book. I've made little pockets. This opens, it's a pocket. I think this opens. Um, I have 2 different, Dick and Jane books that were all torn up, so I've kind of used them. I put my own pages in here too. I take the original pages out, and then I bind my own pages back in. So I used just some paper that I also bought at a thrift store that's actually really high quality paper. I haven't done a whole lot in here. I think I made the journal, and I decorated the covers, and then I never actually journaled in it too much. This one has 2, what do they call these? Books or sets? I think they call them sets. This one has 2 sets of paper in it. And then, of course, my little bookmarks and things. So I have that Dick and Jane one. I have this one this I made from scratch. This is duct tape, and this is pieces of cardboard, and I actually made the whole journal from scratch. I didn't start with a different book. Here's some more of those same beads and the other earring that matches the other one. And in this one, I used leftover paper from Amazon packaging to make pages with. I even made a little pocket here. I actually enjoy making journals as much as I do journaling. This is just a journal that I got from a class that I took. This is just a regular old journal with the original pages in it. But I have journaled a lot in this. This is the original journal that I started with. When my mom and my sister came over, or not my sister, my mom and Keisha came over, and we did journaling together. Do you remember that in the Christmas video? Was that even last Christmas, or was that the Christmas even before? I guess it was last Christmas. But there's a lot of pages in here too. We did it was like a 30-day gratitude journal is what it was. So every day we did a different thing we were grateful for. It was really fun too. This is where I very first started junk journaling. So I have that one. And then I have this one that I had for sale, but when I sold all the other ones, I kept putting this one back, and I ended up keeping it because I don't need another journal. I don't need this, but it's so adorable. It's so cute. It's so tiny. And I made all different kind of pages for it. I kept some of the pages from this original book and put them in the covers. So I don't know. I'll probably never do anything with it, but I'm a hoarder. I'm a journal hoarder, okay? Will Jackson journal with me? He has before, but He basically will just draw or put some stickers in. He, mm, he'll sit here and do stuff with me, but he is not a guided or instructed person, and he's not gonna cut up trash and layer it up or anything like that, but he does like to play with stickers, and he does like to draw pictures and stuff, so he'll do those things with me. So, it's his way. Everything we do together, we do in his way. Moss, you think they're cute? Which one was your favorite? Oh gosh, let's get through some more of this junk. There's another McDonald's bag. This was the Monopoly. So I need to put these in there. I don't know if I'll put this in there as a page or journal with it. Here's another magazine. I like saving pictures of children. I just love to cut them out and layer them over some of my journaling pages. This book is full of children. I'll probably do this one later or just keep it together, but I want a lot of the pages out of here. I just think they're cute. So I'm just going to save that all together. I don't know why I saved this, except I was doing the pages. I was doing a whole spread of each color. So I'm assuming I saved this for orange or yellow. So I'm just going to do like a little stamp of each. Plain and simple. There's orange. Let's get the goldish yellow. I have my trash full over here. The never ending trash that needs taken out. Here's another one I saved because of the kids on it. Aren't they cute? Sitting in their desks studying. I don't know why I saved that. There's a little elf. So much of this is from Christmas. This is a paper I made from a Cracker Barrel plastic takeout container. It had ridges on the top that said Cracker Barrel. You couldn't even hardly read it. It was clear. So I laid the paper over it and did the crayon rubbing on it. So I think this will be cool to use just as a base layer in a journal. I'll keep that whole page. Same with this. I think this will be really fun to use as a base layer or even to put something bright and bold under it and then put this over it somehow. Look at me. I'm a trash hoarder. Are you the kind of person that when you start something and you're on a roll, you can't stop doing it? Yes, especially with things like puzzles or something like this. Now, I don't have to do the whole cart, but I won't stop until I finish this drawer. And if at any point in time you guys are done chatting, we can get off of here, but I won't stop until this drawer is finished. Puzzling is my hardest, especially when we do like the 1,000-piece puzzles. I cannot make myself stop. I'll sit there long before I should be in bed. Like my eyes will be wanting to close, but I'll keep working on it. It's hard for me to figure out where to stop. I've saved these also for the McDonald's journal. These are postcards. I bought a huge pack of postcards, or not postcards, they're just like picture cards from the Dollar Tree. And one had burgers, and one had fries, and this one has fries like this. So I'm going to put those in the McDonald's too. Are you guys the same? When you get started on something, is it hard to stop? There's a sticker. I don't know why my stickers are down here. This, I pulled off some stickers from it, and I think Jackson used them for something. But I saved this because I'll still use it. Like if I put, I don't know, something designy under it and then stick this over it, you'll just see the design like through the little things. So I'm going to put that with the stickers. Are you guys the same way when you start something you can't stop? I saved this. If anyone is curious, this is the kind of soap I used. I don't really know why I saved it. I'm going to throw it away now. And I probably saved this for the flag. So let's get this to where we can just cut a little stamp off of it. I haven't been saving junk recently because I knew my thing was so overwhelming. Most of this is Halloween, Christmas, fall, things like that. Danielle says she's the same way. It's hard to know where to stop or how to stop. That reminds me of something funny that Jackson told me yesterday. His little friend that we meet Oh, Moss has to go back to sleep. Bye, Moss. It was great to see you. It has been a while. Get some good sleep. Um, Jackson's friend that we go to the movies with and meet at the splash pads and stuff, he talks a lot. He talks a whole lot. He's also autistic, but he's very, very social and outgoing. And Jackson told me yesterday, he said, Mom, you know what the hardest part hanging out with Mason is? He said, I don't know when it's my turn to talk. I don't ever know when to talk because he talks for like a whole hour and I don't know when to say something. I was like, I can understand that. Hi, Cat and Kiwi. Hi to you both, even though it's probably one of you on. Happy belated birthday to Kiwi. Hi, Leah. How are you? Jack would be the one doing the nonstop talking. Well, you would think Jackson is too, but he's a little bit different out in public. Oh, he has plenty to say, and he does still talk, but he tries his best not to interrupt. You know, like the rest of us, he's not good at it, but he tries not to. So I think he's just trying to figure out when to say the things he wants to say. Your game day play. I don't know why I saved this, probably for the words, and I have words usually up here. So let's do that. Trash to treasure. That's what junk journaling is. It's trash to treasure. I know that's why I saved this. I'm going to put that in a book soon. Bucky's. Does anybody else like Bucky's? Jack's not great at not interrupting, so that's good. He understands that politeness. Well, he's still not good at it, but he does consciously think about it. And I have to say, he gets mad at me because I interrupt him all the time. But he's the same way here. He talks so much. If I need to say something, I have to interrupt him. There's no way around it. But he's always like, You interrupted me. You interrupted me. No matter when I talk, Mom, you interrupted me. Touche, touche. I'm not good at it either. The last class that me and my friend Diane went to, where they do the mom's class thing here, where we do like the painting and the pinata and that stuff. The last class we went to there, we had to, it was a mindfulness class, and we had to do a activity where we had to pair up. We were supposed to pair up with somebody we didn't know, but me and Diane are both very, very introverted and shy. And we clung to each other, but we had to pair up, and there was 5 questions that you had to ask your partner, and you were not allowed to speak at all the whole entire time they answered. They could talk as long as they wanted, and you were not allowed to speak. So we did this together, and Diane was telling me, and it was like things like, "How is your life going right now? Is there anything that's stressing you out?" It was like talking about your problems, to whatever extent you were comfortable talking about them. So Diane, my friend, is sitting here telling me all of this. Well, we are both neurodivergent, so we interrupt each other constantly, and we know that we apologize to each other all the time. We try to let each other speak, but I was so mindful this time. I was so quiet, and I made her go first, and I asked her all these questions. And so she was answering them, and the whole time I'm like bursting, trying not to reply or put my 2 cents in, or I'm a fixer. If you have a problem, I'm going to try to help you solve it. That's just who I am, how I am. I'm going to tell you if I had a similar experience. So the whole 15 minutes she's talking and explaining, I'm just like looking at her and asking the next question. And when we were finished, we were like, "That is the hardest thing we've ever done." She's like, "I felt so weird that you weren't putting any 2 cents in. I felt weird just talking without you saying something." She's like, "Don't ever do that to me again. Don't ever, ever do that to me again. You can interrupt me all day long. Do not ever just look at me and listen to me talk again." It was so funny. It was hilarious. Oh, Becca, was it your birthday in May too? Happy birthday if I missed it. I'm terrible at names. I'm trying to get better at learning people's real names that have been on the channel for a while, or on channels that I follow and I watch. I am terrible at names, and I'm terrible at birthdays and things like that. Honest to God, even when people ask me how old my older kids are, I have to sit here and count. I am just terrible with dates. I've always not had a good memory for numbers, but the older I am, and then with the Chiari and the brain surgery and all that, it's even worse. But I just feel like an idiot. Word jumble. Unscramble the letters, then shout each word with cheer. We will have no shouting with cheer here, okay? I don't know why I saved this. Maybe I thought the scroll was cute. Oh, maybe the animals. Look at the animals. They're adorable. Let's cut them off. I can watch an entire series and be so invested, but then when it ends, I couldn't tell you anyone's name. Same, same, same. Same with reading a book. In fact, Jackson and I have watched the whole series of Anne with an E now. You know, I've seen that series at least 10 or 15 times. I'll watch it over and over and over. Jackson and I have actually started it again, and we watch an episode almost every evening together before he goes to bed. Even after seeing it all those times, I can't tell you anyone's name but Ann and Gilbert. Like any of the other kids, I know Cole now because Jackson talks about him so much. I can't either. My mom will ask me, "Well, what was this book about?" or "What were the people's names?" Trying to figure out if she wants to read it if I say it was good or if she's already read it. I can't tell you anyone's name. I can tell you the general idea of the story, and that's it. Even though I'm super, super invested and dote on every single word that they say, I still don't know their names. And Diane and Gilbert. That's it. The one I thought was Josie Pye is apparently not Josie Pye. And how dare I think that's Josie Pye because Josie Pye doesn't do that or say that or look like that, you know? Um, I love Jackson's memory for details like that. What a blessing. What a huge gift to have such a good memory. Did anybody ever oh, Marilla. Yeah, okay, I know Matthew and Marilla too, especially now that I've seen it so many times. Um, did anybody watch Parenthood when it was on look how cute that is. When it was on Netflix, has anybody seen the series Parenthood? Oh, look at this. I don't know what pet is. I loved Parenthood. Like, it was one of those I was so into it, I dreamed about them at night. I was so sad when it was over. Same with, Atypical. But Parenthood, I watched in detail. I've watched the whole series 2 or 3 times, and I still couldn't tell you anybody's name to this day. I'm the same when people ask me song titles or actors' names or anything like that. I don't know. Don't know. I just don't have a memory like that. Hmm. I don't know what I was saving from this. I feel like I already saved these same animals on something else. Maybe I'll cut the boat off. Everything for every adventure. Maybe we'll save some of the words too. At least the word adventure. All of the characters in Parenthood were good. They were. They were really good. And boy, didn't they make you feel like a good parent? Even when you think your own kids are wild and crazy, and then you watch that and you're like, okay, my teens are mild compared to that. Atypical, I loved that show. I was so sad when it was over. And what else? Oh, did anybody watch This Is Us? I love that show too. Adventure. Adventure awaits. Becca's go-to is Grey's Anatomy. I don't think I've ever watched Grey's Anatomy. Why is my husband texting me? He never texts me in the middle of the day. I lie, he does. He has been texting me a lot lately. He's bored, I think. Ooh, it's Barbie and Ken. I was never into Barbies, but you know what? I might need a picture of a man and a lady one of these days. Barbie and Ken will do the job. Barbie holiday doll. I don't think I've ever watched Grey's Anatomy. It's Adam from the Larders. Hello, Adam. Are you having fun with your grandparents? This Is Us was really good, wasn't it? What, baby? Yeah, sure. Yes, that's my son. He's the same age as you, Adam. Almost exactly. You guys are almost exactly the same age. I'm throwing a bunch of this stuff away. What other shows have you guys watched? Oh, there's some more Squishmallows. Look at them. I'm trying to think of. Bye, Adam. Have a great day. I'm trying to think of something else. I'm not a huge TV watcher. That's why I tend to watch the same things over and over. I don't like talking to people's kids on here. For one, you never know if it's actually them or not. You never know. There's so many channels that could have the same name. But for two, it's just awkward, I think. I think I saved a bunch of this for my green page because everything on here is green. Is anybody still here? It says we still have 4 people in the chat. If we have been on here a very long time. If everybody needs to go, I completely understand. Okay, Danielle's still here. Becca's still here. It's hard to watch TV, and I prefer to make sure the kids don't watch much. I understand that. I definitely understand that. My husband is a huge TV watcher, so if he's home, our TV is always on. Jackson watches occasionally. He has a TV in his room and he watches, but he tends to talk to his Alexa more or just play with his Legos and listen to music, which is funny. Jackson doesn't like what we think of as music. What he listens to is basically soundtracks to his games, like the Zelda soundtrack and stuff like that. It's, I guess you would say instrumental music. It doesn't really usually have words or anything to it. But he talks to his Alexa all day long. When he's in his room, he's usually out here with me until, sometimes usually after lunch, and then he'll go into his own space. The Miss Rachel page, I saved this for red. I think I saved this just specifically to get some red stuff off of. My daughter doesn't let her kids watch too much TV either. If it's a rainy day or something, they'll watch something in the morning or something. They have movie night here and there together, but they don't watch a whole lot of TV. They don't. They don't have their electronics much either. She kinda uses it sparingly. Not me. I grew up without a TV. Oh, here's the other McDonald's, things that I had already cut up to make the other McDonald's journal with for my friend Erin. I need to keep these nice so they don't get bent. Well, they're not gonna fit in there. I need to give this to Jackson. He likes the tins from them. One day these tins are gonna be antiques, and they're probably gonna be worth money. Maybe I should just shove it up there with all of my other ones in the china cabinet. I think I have plenty of these. I'm just gonna throw this one away. I saved a stamp on this, and I'm assuming I saved this to put with our stamp book. That's how your oldest is. The rest just prefer to listen to music, or since you have a lot of little Miss Rachel is on all the time. Oh, since you have a lot of littles, that makes sense. You can't go wrong with Miss Rachel. I've never watched her, but I know a lot of people just love her. When Jackson was little, he was obsessed with Little Baby Bum. I don't know if that's still on or not. I guess in when he was younger, that was kind of his Miss Rachel, although it was more cartoony and not a person. It was singing and nursery rhymes. He knew all the nursery rhymes when he was little. And when he was a little bit older, he really liked Mother Goose Club. He would act the scenes out just like they did for the nursery rhymes. He's always loved literature, which I think is ironic because his baby bed set, my mom and I made it, and it was the Hungry Caterpillar. His whole baby bed was the Hungry Caterpillar. There's another McDonald's thing. Was I saving this? Probably. What did I do with those? This is the homework page that I found that was the base layer to one of my journal spreads. I even like that it has some Kool-Aid or something spilled on it, so I'll definitely save that and use it again. I don't know why I saved Jackson's juice box. I can throw that away now. I also tell you this, if two of you agree here on earth concerning anything you ask, my Father in heaven will do it for you. There we go. Where two or more come together, then it will be granted, right? There we go. I'm sure I saved that for a reason. Oh, I used to love Super Why. Jackson watched that too. Super Why. What was the other thing that he watched? Was it Word World? Does Word World have creatures made out of words or letters or something? Here's some more of my McDonald's ephemera for my McDonald's journal. And another one. This one was a duplicate, so I saved this for the other journal. I need to keep all of this together. I could do a Bible verse page. That's a good idea, Danielle. I'll have to do that. Here's another piece of that homework paper. Jackson and I are forever picking up things we find at the park. Collectible souvenirs, tri-state souvenirs. I don't know what it was a souvenir for anymore, so in the trash it goes. I think this came on one of Jackson's Christmas gifts or birthday gifts. And of course, you got to have the Lego Santa. Cute animals and nature around it. That would be cute. I think I have a picture of an angel that's really pretty in here too. Probably buried in this drawer. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember when I pressed all the flowers that I got for, what was that, for Valentine's Day? You know, I put some flowers under here and pressed them, and I've never even looked at them since then. We should do that. We should totally do that. Oh my gosh, y'all. I can't even look in this drawer. I can't start. I can't show you the angel. I have a whole nother drawer here of magazine papers and stuff. Let's do that. I buried all these books on top of it. I need to use this cardboard in my garden. I was using that to glue stuff. Look at this book. I think I've showed a lot of this before. There might be some good Bible-y stuff in here. From trash to treasure. That's probably where I got that other paper. We went to a garage sale recently, and the oldest found a really, really old Bible, so we copied some of his favorite pages to put in his journal. That is so cool. Ew. Okay, the pressed flowers didn't work. I'm not even going to show them to you because they look rotten. Oh, they stink. Oh, they smell like fungus. Oh my gosh, they even went onto my books. Like they melted through the paper. How is that possible? Hmm. Okay. Smells like a moldy cellar. Go, come off. You gotta go in the trash away from me. That is horrible. How do flowers go all the way through wax paper? It's like they turn to acid. I'll show you, but close your eyes if you're squeamish. Can you see it? They went all the way through. It's like they ate their way through the paper. This is the only one that isn't molded. That's it. That's the only one. Oh, it still stinks. I can't do that. Mm-mm. Well, that's how we learn, right? Trial and error. Gross. Oh, well, we live and we learn. Don't try to press flowers in wax paper. Or don't leave them from February till June. Maybe that was the problem. I'm surprised that wasn't making my house stink. It didn't smell at all until I took the books off of it, though. Weird. Okay, back to business. That was gross. Coffee break. Becca says she loves garage sales. They're so addicting. I should take a video next time to share the vintage stuff I find. You should. I love to see vintage stuff. I don't even show all the times I go to the thrift stores. I go at least once a week and wander around because I don't always buy stuff. I just love to go look. Did you guys see the short I posted that had the vintage wedding gown? It's absolutely gorgeous. I tried to ask and find out more information about what era it was from, what price they wanted for it, but the lady working the counter didn't know anything about it, and it was hanging so high up on the ceiling we couldn't even see the price tag. Maybe the books and wax paper were helping it not smell your house out. They must have been because there hasn't been any odor. I will say this cart has been in the laundry room in there for months. Um, I've rolled it out here a few times to do something with it, but I just keep it in there. So it smells like Thor most of the time in there anyway. Well, a combination of laundry soap and dog. So I probably wouldn't have noticed anyway, but even sitting here, it had no smell to it. More McDonald's bags. This is from World Market. This is when I went and bought, what is it called? Golden syrup? Danielle, is that what it's called? This is when I went to buy the golden syrup because me and Kiwi were going to make tan squares together and we just never did. We decided if we make a recipe together, it's going to have to be something that doesn't take that long. But she did make the tan squares and she showed me all the pictures and everything and the video and stuff of them making them. This is another pack of stickers. These are all from McDonald's, so I'm assuming I was saving these to put in the McDonald's book. I don't even remember getting these. Must have been all the way from Halloween. That looks like the McDonald's Boo Bucket. Some Pokemon empty card packs. I can cut just a piece out of these. Put them on something that I do pertaining to Jackson because he's the only one that cares about Pokemon. He hasn't really been into Pokemon so much lately, but he does this every time they haven't put a new game out for a long time. Then he kind of loses interest in them. And as soon as they put a new game out that he likes, then he's like all into them again. So I even asked him if he wanted me to help him pack up all of the stuffed Pokemon he has in his room because they take up a whole entire bookshelf and more. I said we could pack them up and store them in the top of your closet so you would still own them, but they wouldn't be, in the way of all your other stuffies. But he's like, nah, I don't think I want to do that. So he's not totally off of them, but It's not what he's currently collecting or playing or anything. He's been into Minecraft lately, which is funny because all the years before when everyone else was into it, he wasn't. But now him and his friend have been playing it almost every day online together. There's that. You saw that short. What era do you think that dress is from? Does anyone know? I want to show it to my mom. My mom, very, very sadly to say, in the last year, her cognitive abilities have gone drastically downhill. She used to watch my YouTube channel and she used to really enjoy it, but she honestly can't even remember that I have YouTube now. She can't even remember what YouTube is, or she can't ever remember why it's on her phone or her TV. She thinks that my nephew put it there. So, which I don't really say much. She sees me enough in real life. She doesn't need to see what I'm doing by video. But a lot of things like that, um, I think she would like to see the dress. I told her I would take her over there to see it, but I don't know if it's still there. That day when I went back, I was going to buy me one of those tiles that I loved so much over there, but they were all gone. I bet someone came in and bought them all as a set. I was disappointed. I wanted one. I should have bought one the day I saw them, but I couldn't decide what to do with it. I spend so much time trying to declutter that it's hard for me to bring things in the house if I don't know what to do with them or how to use them. I'm forever trying to declutter because my husband and my son are both kind of shoppers and collectors of many things. Okay, there's the Pokemon things. There was something special about those Pokemon packs, but I don't know what it was. They weren't just your regular ordinary ones. There's another piece to it. I'll just keep this like that. There's another McDonald's duplicate. It can go with the McDonald's stuff. Oh, oh, the Hello Kitty and Friends ripped. It can go in the trash. Who's that? Schroeder, maybe? Google lends it to find out the era. I will. Or I'll show it to my mom, and if she doesn't know, then I will. She was telling me that back in a certain era that the ivory color was really popular. And I told her it looked ivory, but it may just be discolored from being old, but it's in really, really good shape, honestly. Here's some more from the World Market. Am I actually getting rid of any mess, or am I just making a mess on the table instead of in the drawer? I like to think that I'm actually doing some sort of good here. There's another World Market. I don't know why I saved these. Who knows? I'll put them somewhere. I'll do something with them. Here's another McDonald's flap. I like to use these to put them on the top. I have one right here on my back cover. So I was saving this to put in the other McDonald's journal. Cute little envelope. Can't go wrong with that. That has endless possibilities. A wrapper from a Sonic peppermint, I'm guessing. Why did I save this? I don't know, but I guess I'll use it. We're almost to the bottom of this drawer. My donut shop. Sorry, my phone was ringing. Maker's Holiday. We don't need that. Tape. We don't need that. I'm down to when I very first started junk journaling and I was saving everything just so I had something to do a page with. I'm beyond that now. A little scrap of McDonald's. We don't need that. Let's see. Down to the last little scraps. More McDonald's scraps. I don't need this stuff. A Harley Davidson tag. I don't think I need that in my journal. A bag for each thing, what it's for, and put the name of what it's for. Would it be neater in the drawer? Yeah, it probably would be. Some scissors. I already took a piece out of this. I don't need this. Most of this, I will just probably just fill up some pages. a lot of this isn't actually for any certain thing, it's just to use, so I need to just go through and just fill pages with it. I guess I was saving this to put on the edge of a page. It's like a mountaintop or a treetop. Let's see. More McDonald's, more McDonald's. A little strip of Christmas. Some words. This is one drawer out of about 3 that I need to empty, but this is the one I'm going to do today. I'll work on the others tomorrow or another day, who knows when. Trash. I saved these. There is a lot of dog hair in the bottom of the drawer. That's what I get for keeping it in the laundry room. It is shedding season for Labradors. I'm just going to throw all of this away. Ew, a piece of that flour. Ew. Start packing up my journals. I did it. I'm not going to put anything back in there until I vacuum the drawer out, though. It's not bad, but it's got some lint and some dog hair in it. Good old Thor. That's right. I swept and vacuumed yesterday, and I swept up a whole dog worth of hair. Even mopping, even after I sweep and vacuum everything real good, I go to mop, and it's like I'm just smearing dog hair around. Where is the well, I lost my little golden, tie that I had made for this. It's around here somewhere. I'll just stick it in here for now. I finally got a basket that our alcohol markers fit in instead of keeping them. I hate the container it came with. It was so hard to get them in and out of there. Or not out. It was hard to put them back in. So then we had them in a Ziploc bag, but to get the color you wanted, you kind of had to dig through a bunch of them. So they had these baskets on clearance at the Family Dollar for 99 cents. I guess a few weeks ago because I bought them before we did the craft show so I could put Jackson's stuff in one. But it worked out perfectly for our markers. When you hold your alcohol, when you store your alcohol markers, do you ever flip them over? Oh, Danielle says, thank you for letting us hang. We're about to go to Home Depot for the kids' corner. Oh, have fun. Hope I catch you live next time sooner. Have a great day, Becca Chew. Oh, it is better to lay them flat to store them? Ooh, maybe I'll just turn them over once in a while. Have fun, Becca Chew. We used to do those Home Depot builds. That'll be fun for the kids. Well, most of these are almost out of ink. We need a new set, but I don't want to buy new ones until Jackson is back into coloring again. He really hasn't been. Let's see. I guess I better get off here too. We've been on here for a really long time. Better figure out what my husband wants and who this person is that keeps calling and making my phone cut out. Thanks for hanging out, Danielle. It was really fun to catch up. Get you some rest and hopefully you can sleep when you travel and hope you get feeling better. You haven't colored in about a year. Jackson just hasn't been into it lately either. Even when I get stuff out and just lay stuff around that I think he would want to color, he doesn't. If I ever get him in here to color, he colors for 2 seconds and he's done. So he's just like me. He cycles through his interests. He'll be all into it for a long time and then he'll be completely done with it for a while. But he always cycles back. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Send me the picture of the Highland cow when you have a minute. Yeah, mine too. Puzzles, puzzles, puzzles. And then you know what? I went 2 or 3 weeks without working a puzzle. But then in the last week, I've worked 3 or 4 puzzles again. So, same with journaling. I bought all of this stuff. I bought the cart and all the stuff and got going on journaling, and then I just quit doing it for a while. But I'll get back into it. I bet you are missing it. It's such a good way to relax. I got this journal somewhere too. I don't remember where. I think maybe I bought it at a thrift sale or something. I love the gold pages. It's hard to tell here, but they're really shiny. It's beautiful too. The only thing I've done is like 1 page inside or 2 pages. This I was trying to write. I was trying to do a written journal, and I'm just not a writing person. It is a great way to keep your mind off of hard stuff. Ouch, that hurt. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here, but I will be around if you wanna send me a message or something. I'm just gonna end the live and get this cleaned up and make sure Jackson has his stuff done before he gets on his electronics. So I'll see you next time. Bye, Danielle. It was great chatting with you.